Hey guys, it's your girl Slonko aka Slonko aka Slunk, and welcome to my first YouTube video. Holy shit! I wanted to put out a video just as a way for you YouTubers to get to know me a little bit better. I've been playing video games for about 30 years now, from some Atari to some Nintendo, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, all the way up to the current consoles. My favorite console is actually Super Nintendo. I would just like to talk to you guys and let you guys know my top 5 SNES titles for the system. Let's do it! Number 5. So my number 5 actually is a game that probably many people have played. If you were back in the 90s or the late 80s, Kirby was a superstar. One Kirby title that really spoke to me, which is my number 5, was Kirby Superstar. It came out in 1996, and just as soon as you put it on, you just see him flying in on that star. You're like, oh shit, ready to freaking go. The cool thing about this game is it was 8 games in one. So they had a few mini games where you had to like show how strong you were. There was one where it was like a reflex one where you were like ninjas, and you had to like, you could play against your friend, whoever had like the fastest reflexes, wins. They also had this one section in the game that was absolutely my favorite. So one thing about me is I'm quite the completionist. I like to find everything in the game if I can. There was one part of the game that I really loved because it really fed my need for completing the entire game, and it was called The Great Cave Adventure. And basically, you're like Indiana Jones. You're going through different worlds and you're finding these treasures. There's about 60 treasures in the game, and they're all in like little secret spots, secret doors, secret this, secret that. So freaking cool. It was so fulfilling for me to find everything. And the other parts that were very cool about the game is that you could, of course, in typical Kirby fashion, suck up your enemies and get their powers, but you could also have one as a sidekick. So you can get like Poppy Brother Sr., that's the one with the bombs. This is my favorite guy. Then also have like Knuckle Gel as your partner. So awesome. It really just was a great game to play with your friends, or you could just play by yourself and complete the shit out of it. It's definitely something that I would love to revisit, as it brings back really great memories. My number 4 game actually is a game that's very dear to me. Again, these SNES titles are just all so good. My number 4 would actually have to be Mario Kart. Super Mario Kart. Now, I have been playing Mario Kart since that came out in 1992. I pride myself in being pretty good at the original Mario Kart 64, Double Dash, Mario Kart 8, all of those in between. But this one was where I just thought it was so cool. All the characters, all the cool cups. I was a Koopa Troopa girl or a Toad, and I just thought that the stages were so cool. I love the beach stages. I love the music in the beach stages. I hated the flower cup. The amount of skill that I had at the time was just so like satisfying. It is a little bit harder to play like today, just because of the dynamics are a little bit different now, especially like in comparison with like the drifting that we currently do with the current titles. But the game does have its sweet appeal. The battle mode was so awesome with friends, like just going around in circles, flinging red shells at everyone. It was very satisfying. And obviously this game paved the way to the titles that we know today. Even in the latest Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, there are a few tracks that are still in the game today, which I am like, yes, like so in love with those tracks. Original Mario Kart is one of those games that I just cannot forget. it basically opened my eyes to the whole series, and it's something that that I'm still playing today. So if you ever get a chance to revisit that, I would definitely highly recommend it. There was only 8 drivers. No picking wheels, no picking certain carts, no bikes, no nothing. It was just pick your character, pick your cup, and that's it. Really, really amazing times. A lot of frustrating times, but when you beat that special cup on 150, play it. Mario Kart Super Nintendo. Number 3. Square Enix, as we know them today, is actually called Squaresoft, and they came out with a game called Secret of Mana back in 1993. So Secret of Mana was a game that I had the pleasure of playing because of my brother. He purchased this game at Toys R Us, and you know, me seeing Squaresoft, I'm thinking it's going to be a turn-based game. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of just like Final Fantasy, because Squaresoft makes Final Fantasy. But this was like totally different. The awesomeness about it was that it was pretty free range. You didn't have to wait your turn to attack. And there was three characters, boy, the girl, and the sprite. And you can name them whatever you wanted them to be. I always named them after my friends at the time, because we would play Secret of Mana and then go outside and pretend that we were these guys, the trio as I called them. But they are so amazing. The spells in the game, you had your Undone, you had your Salamander who did fire. It was just so cool to see the spells and to level them up. And then you can choose what weapon you wanted to specialize in. You could either choose a sword, the spear, there was knuckles, there was a whip. My girl always had the spear. I just love just how she looked with it. And then as you level up the spear, she does like this really cool like spinny thing. So badass, so cool. The enemies were awesome. The story was great. When I remember a very iconic part in the game where I got Flammy. No spoilers, but yes. I remember when I got Flammy in the game, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so sick. It gave you free range to go wherever you wanted. And then seeing that mana tree, like I remember crying. I was just like, oh my gosh, I made it. And then you find out who the mana tree really is. So good. The music in the forest was just oh my gosh, wonderful, so beautiful. The music in the ice castle, so beautiful. The game is just so beautiful. I was able to actually replay the game on PlayStation 4, and it really just brought back all those awesome feels and tingles inside of when I originally played it, just with remastered graphics and such. So Secret of Mana is my number 2. So my number 2 game actually is it was really hard, because my number 2 and my number 1 are literally like, there's not even like a space in between them. But my number 2 game is Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI is my favorite Final Fantasy out of the entire series. The game still leaves me speechless. I remember the themes. There's a lot of drama in the game. Of course, about war, friendship, identity, control, loss of love. But on the flip side of that, there was also gain of friendship, gain of self, just gain of hope. And Tara Branford is the protagonist in the story. And I just remember really connecting with her so much. Even as a little girl, these characters, they grow with you. And to see her just go up and down, and seeing her friends just really support her through it all was just so amazing to me. I just really loved seeing her growth in the game until she became the most beautiful Esper. The most beautiful Esper that I had ever seen. I thought it was just wonderful. I loved everything about Terra, her story, everything. I also loved her friends, Locke, Celeste, Cyan, Saban, Edgar, Umaro, Mog, go. It's a game that I've probably played over 10 times. I know there's a lot of new Final Fantasy fans due to the latest remake, which is awesome and it's fucking fantastic. But Final Fantasy VI was, I just feel like it really paved the way. Like, this was top-notch Final Fantasy. The story's perfect, the characters are perfect, the villain is perfect. You just can't go wrong. Final Fantasy VI. If there's any game on this list, please play this one. Please. Number 1. This game, honestly, to me, to this day, encompasses everything that I feel a game should really have. Donkey Kong Country 2. So Donkey Kong Country, the original, was fantastic. But I feel that Donkey Kong Country 2 really took those core things about that first one and just like threw it to the moon. Donkey Kong Country 2 introduced Dixie Kong. I'm all about the girl power. So I was so happy to see this little cute, like, cute little blonde monkey using her ponytail to like flip it and fly to places that Diddy couldn't get to. The game is ace. The game introduced new animal buddies. Like, they took Rambo, they took Squawks, they took Engard, and they threw in some extra ones. They put was the frog? Yes, the frog. Yeah, the frog was in the first one. Squitter was my favorite. I love the spider. Purple Squawks. It was lit. Like, I was just like, yo, this is amazing. And just some of the takes on some of the levels were so insane to me at the time. I literally was a Nintendo Power Girl, and they had a catalog of all the music. It's called a tape cassette for anyone that doesn't know what that is. So they had a tape cassette of the whole soundtrack to the game. Literally rewind, play. It was so great. The music in the game is phenomenal. Just go on YouTube and just look up the music. Like, the music itself was just perfection. Bramble Scramble, the music in the swamp, I was like, oh, let's go. Beehive, the bosses, Animal Antics, it was just all the music all in one, and you really felt it like goosebumps. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but I got goosebumps just thinking about it. And again, the completionist in me, I had to get 103%. I'm pretty sure it was 103%. Or maybe 102. One of them. But I just had to get every DK coin, every Kremlin coin, or whatever the K coins, whatever they were called, so you can get to the special areas. It was so fun. I recently on my Twitch channel did a replay of the game, and I literally had so much fun. Definitely would recommend, if you were to play Donkey Kong Country 2, there's a Donkey Kong Country 3, Donkey Kong 64, play 2. 2 encompasses everything. It is perfect. It is a gift wrapped here. Take it and enjoy yourself. It's perfection. That's my top 5 games that I've played on Super Nintendo. Of course, there are so many honorable mentions. Star Fox, F-Zero, Chrono Trigger, oh my gosh, Super Mario RPG. Like, just so many great games on the system that literally you can't really go wrong if you just pick up, an SNES and just rock out on a few classics. Tetris Attack. Don't get me started on Tetris Attack. That's a whole episode on its own. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about my list, see if it was okay or not, according to your likes and your opinions. Let me know what games you guys really liked on Super Nintendo. Did I miss anything? Maybe there's a game that I haven't played, but I would really love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, connect with me on my socials, and give me some ideas what you guys want to hear about. I'm going to be talking about probably some, I can't believe we're calling them classic, but yes, some classic SNES, NES, 64 games that are really, really dear to me. And again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video and spending your day with me. Thank you. See you guys later.